So hi everyone, welcome to Juvanni, and this is Dr. Din at your service. These are my Muggle rounds. What are Muggle rounds? Muggle rounds are medical rounds for non-medical people, and one of the people who is helping me by coming in and teaching my clients and all my followers pelvic rehabilitation and DIY home exercises that you could do to preserve your pelvic health over the decades, over the entirety of your lifespan. And now it is possible. It is possible with the help of some anti-aging machines and some medications also. However, no matter what medication you use, no matter what machine you use, no matter what we do for you, there are certain things that you gotta do at home also. Now, your path to an improved version of yourself or a healthier version of yourself may start at an anti-aging center. However, it does not end there. So today with me, please welcome my girlfriend and also my very esteemed client, Nicole, who is here. And this is probably like fourth or fifth episode. This is her, I think, fifth episode. Wow. So those of you who are subscribers of my Minerva Life Academy, we post all her episodes of trainings and what our conversations over there for your benefit, because you could and I also post a lot of this information over here. Please also follow her, so I'm gonna make sure that she tells you where to follow her. But just remember, on TikTok her handle is the Pelvic Pro, so please make sure that you follow her. So guys, today she's going to be teaching us some of the exercises that I need to do myself, so I hope that you guys learn as she teaches me, and what I will do for her, because she's here. And remember, I said earlier that she's also one of my esteemed clients, and this is how we got to this place where I was like, I'm really interested in what you are doing. So she is here for some anti-aging medication, and I am going to take a couple of her pictures, and then I'm going to put a numbing cream on her. And while she numbs, she's gonna do some of the exercises for us, and then if she allows me, I might even demonstrate the shots. We might even do. So if anybody of you wants to hang out till the end and actually see an anti-aging medication being administered, then just see. Like, this is what's gonna happen if you were to go to an anti-aging doctor near you. Guys, there are people like myself who are doctors, who are anti-aging trained facilitators of your body. Remember, you can find somebody like me pretty much in every town in a first world country, especially if you live in the United States. However, I'm just one of the bestest. Anyway, so the bestest. If you want the bestest, you'll have to come all the way down to New York. Let me, where's your phone?
Right here.
Because my phone is up here, so we have to take pictures of you. I love people to take their pictures because that's who we are. You want to see yourself and you don't want to change. You just want to preserve yourself through the entirety of your lifespan. You don't want to change your face. You don't want to meet someone and they'll be like, really? You're that? You know? All right. So raise your eyebrows. Angry face. Smile. She's like gorgeous. Okay, don't smile. Scrunch your nose. Okay, yeah. So when you don't smile, and let me take another picture. How nice. The lighting is like insanely amazing. Okay, very nice. She's very young, number one. Number two is that she, can you bring me the numbing cream with the all the stuff? Okay, so have a seat. Okay. And so, when we do, let me explain. So basically, if you look at her, you will see that she's super young. She has, like, even when she moves her face, she looks, the movement appears, but then the movement, once the face is not moving, she totally relaxes back to, her fabric relaxes back to whatever it used to be when she was much younger than here. So now, as you get older, sometimes the movement, the very intense movement, can cause the wrinkling that appears. Sometimes that can start setting in, because remember, your skin is like a fabric.
I love your sunglasses.
Thank you.
So
This is to hide my gray hair.
I just got mine done.
You did?
Yeah. My hairs are so great. I go to the beauty parlor.
Oh, really?
Sorry. Yeah. I've been going.
I do it
since I came to
myself.
Westchester. I can't do it myself, but I go every 4 weeks because it's really bad. My hair's like white, and like it's really hard. Sometimes she has to color it twice.
You're going through a lot of stuff. Were you prematurely gray?
Yeah.
So kind of like, this is premature for you because you're young.
Yeah. I got my first gray hair on prom. Well, that's when they found it. I'm sure I didn't get it on prom, but like, what was I so stressed about at 17?
Yes.
Nothing.
You know, stress is a state of mind.
Yes.
And some people like to stay in stress.
Yeah.
You know, I too. I have in my family, a lot of people suffer from anxiety.
Fight or flight, baby, all the time. Activate that nervous system.
So, if you guys are wondering what I'm putting on her face right now, this is a numbing cream. So I'm going to numb her skin a little bit. So while she trains us in her pelvic exercises, she's going to be numbing. Make a sad face. If you see the sad face that she's making, she has like a little bit of chin dimpling that's going on.
Chin dimple.
So the chin dimpling is unnecessary, because what happens is that over a period of time, when you're going to be my age, you will have like areas of loss of collagen, and it's only because you're just creating these unnecessary movements in your chin. Who needs to move the chin?
No.
You don't need no move. We move the mouth and everything, but we don't really need. You need the movement of the forehead.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to express yourself, speak, and you want to look surprised when you're surprised, and you want to look angry when you're angry. You don't want to have like a emotion for the I know, and we love your expression because you're bubbly, you're young, you're like whatever, and you want
like that.
Listen, if you're like super angry and you want to have like a cold bitch ass face at someone, then I can understand. Like, I have a couple of lawyers who come to me, and they're like, they want to be like that bitch ass face.
That's so funny.
Yeah, they're like, I don't want to show emotion. I want to be like, yeah.
Maybe you should make me not show emotion.
She's in a, like, you don't know who she's about.
Exercise.
We don't know who she's fighting these days.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let's
So
do it.
yeah. So now my part is over, and we are going to go back, and then now it is time to learn the anti-aging of your pelvis, the shit that you're supposed to do every single day. So, Nicole, tell me how, for those of my people who are joining just now or who may not have seen you, I'm going to bring the phone down a little more so that we're like at her level, so you can see like where. So those people who, tell me, the people who, let me see. So the people who don't know you, tell me what brought you into this for the 25,000th time. Tell us how you got into this. And then also tell me, how did you get into Pilates, and then what was your story? Because it's so important. So many girls are like yourself. And like how did this impact you, and what are the exercises that you have now after all this time you've curated for us?
So I got into pelvic health in general because of my own issues that I was having, which I did not even realize were pelvic health related until I went to a pelvic floor therapist after I had my son. So prior to going to pelvic floor therapy, I was having a lot of bad tailbone pain, really tight. I couldn't work out. I took a few months off from working out. I was getting steroid injections. I was going to physical therapy, but not for my pelvic floor. I was having really, really bad pains and tightness, and everything hurt. I was doing a lot of bar at that time, so with bar workouts, it's a lot of tucking of the pelvis and untucking. So it was putting more pressure on my pelvic floor than I had realized.
So that's like you did the bar in the gym?
No, like bar workouts, like the BARRE. It's a type of workout.
It's not a pole workout. It's like a bar workout. It's not like a bar where you drink.
Where you drink.
The only workout on it, like which bar is you work at?
No.
Like, no, kid, like I don't know, some kind of workout she was doing.
And it's a lot. Well, in the movement, it's still you're focused on your core, but it's a lot of tucking. You can put undue stress that you don't need on your pelvic floor. So. I had went to pelvic floor physical therapist after giving birth to just make sure everything was functioning right, to prevent a lot of possible issues. Some people have issues with their pelvic floor from childbirth or from a C-section or just pregnancy in general. You're putting a lot of pressure there, so they could have a hypertonic pelvic floor where it's really tight, or a very lax pelvic floor. Both things cause issues. You kind of want somewhere right in the middle, right?
Yeah.
So somewhere in the middle. So that's what I went to see one for. And she had actually, they do a manual assessment, and she had actually explained to me how tight my pelvic floor muscles were and how I have to learn how to relax them, and that's what was causing all of my tailbone pain. So working with her, I was able to completely fix my tailbone pain and fix some other issues that I had in the past that I didn't know was related to tight pelvic floor. So painful sex upon penetration, that was painful because of a tight pelvic floor. Insertion of a tampon when you're at
that hurt.
That hurt.
Wow.
Putting a tampon in. At the doctor, and when I would talk to my OB about it, it would be like, oh, well, you gotta relax. That's not what it is. It's not, or you're too stressed. That's not what it is. You have to actually take a look of how your pelvic floor muscles are working, because it affects your whole body. So because of this, all of my friends were getting pregnant, having babies, and no one knew about pelvic floor health. So I just started singing from the rooftops about it to try and tell everyone about it, to make everyone have a more comfortable life.
Yeah, 100%. And this is something that you have to do all the time.
Yeah.
It's not like just 1 or 2 day story. It's not like a
well, you could do it
one-time event.
No,
it's
not a one-time event.
yeah.
You could do like a couple exercises a week. 2-3 times a week is fine. Your breath work should be done every day, but if it's not, your pelvic floor isn't going to just deteriorate, but it's good to do.
And last time we also had gone through some of the models, and she doesn't have the floor model today. However, she does have, and the next time when she comes in, definitely we'll go over it again, which is super important for you to kind of visualize what's inside there, because that's gonna help you not only understand the problems, but also recurring problems, but also you'll be able to expand and understand the exercises, why this exercise just needs to be done. Because most of these exercises, the purpose of this is so that you can try to understand it and then do it at home. Now, I don't want you to, if you have other issues, I do want you to talk to your own doctor. So the disclaimer is that please do not try to do anything that your doctor may not want you to do. However, this is a reality. This is correct. And if you're my client, please talk to me and we can figure out exactly what you guys need to do. She also gives consultations, so you can actually, because we don't know exactly what's going on with you guys, so you gotta find out all those things. But this is a good stop to understand these things. So can you show us your program, which is like the couple of training exercises, like number 1, number 2, number 3. I'll leave my client. I leave the camera on you, so you can just show it.
Okay.
And you can talk to them as if they were your client. And you were like, the way you do it for your clients on Zoom. And you can, think of that, and then that's it. And then I'm going to continue asking you questions once I say hello to this one. But I'm coming.
So, hi. I'd like to, let me see, are there any exercises that I could do while pregnant? Yes, there are exercises that you can do while pregnant. Some of them are very safe for pregnancy and for postpartum, the one thing that we can do that's really great for pregnancy is our breath work. So our breath work, I really start off with all of my clients trying to teach them how to correctly engage with their breath, engage with their abs, and really bring some awareness to your pelvic floor. So in order to work on your breath work, there's a few different ways you can do it. You could sit, you could be on all fours, or you could kind of stand up this way. Most of my clients, when they're starting, they really do well on all fours. They're able to really feel that connection. So with your breath work, it's diaphragmatic breath work, which really means it's 360 breath work. When you take an inhale in, so you inhale in, you're expanding the diaphragm, you're expanding the ribs, you're expanding the back, you're bringing air to everything. Then on the exhale, you're squeezing everything together, trying to get all of that air out of your lungs, and you're also engaging your pelvic floor. So you do about 30 breaths a day. I'm gonna start, I'll show you on all fours. So you want your shoulders over your wrists, your knees, your hips also aligned. You're gonna take a big inhale in, and you wanna fill your lungs up. You wanna fill up your upper back, your side ribs here. You're just gonna fill everything up with air. So, and then on the exhale, you're gonna squeeze everything out. Inhale, exhale. Now on the exhale, you're really going to wanna blow out the air, force out all that breath. While pursing your lips, you can get a better understanding of really squeezing all that air out. So on the exhale, you wanna think about engaging your abdominals, right? Our abdominals have 3 parts, top, middle, lower. So you wanna connect those lower abs. You also wanna connect your pelvic floor. So what is your pelvic floor? The pelvic floor muscles are like a hammock that holds all of your organs inside your pelvis. So you have back pelvic floor muscles and front pelvic floor muscles. When they come together, it's kind of like a triangle, you know, they come together. You can have just tight back pelvic floor muscles like how I had, tight front pelvic floor muscles. It really depends, it could affect your symptoms. So when you do, for example, a Kegel, so you think of the lifting and squeezing of your pelvic floor. Once you do that Kegel, about 30% into the Kegel, your lower abs are already connecting. Then you connect your mid abs, your upper abs. So the inhale is the expansion, the exhale, everything squeezes together. So you want to do maybe about 30 breaths of those in the night, at night and in the morning. That's what I normally suggest to my clients, along with some types of core workouts, pelvic floor workouts. So I'm gonna just go over that breath work one more time because I was explaining some stuff so you guys really can understand it. So you come down onto all fours. You're gonna do a big inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. You can also use a balloon. You could take a balloon to blow out the air to feel a connection to your abs if you like. I'm getting some questions here. Is it safe to do these exercises if we have scoliosis? Scoliosis, yeah, if you have scoliosis, some curvature of a spine, it is definitely okay to do these exercises. What also is really great for scoliosis and curvature of the spine is Pilates, which I also teach. So we did our breath work, the inhales and exhales. I'm gonna move on to toe taps. Now toe taps are a great way to engage your lower core, your abs, and really engage your pelvic floor. So you're gonna lie down on the mat with your feet in tabletop, knees to the ceiling. Just come down a little so you can see. Knees to the ceiling. You're going to extend both legs to tabletop. Inhale to prep. Exhale, you're gonna lower one heel down and come back up. The left heel and come back up. You're gonna wanna do each side maybe 10 times if you're comfortable. Think about your legs being a magnet, holding each other together. Keep your neck long, your shoulders down from your ears, and really focus on your core. And that's going to engage your transverse abdominals, your lower core, just everything that you want to be working to really have deep engagement in your body. So we
Nice.
did breath work and we did heel lowers so far.
Nice. That's so nice. So how many exercises did you go through?
I only went through 2 so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So this is like, I had seen this exercise.
Yes, and I did the breath work.
It is like a crunch, isn't it?
No.
It's not
Crunches, well, traditional crunches are just like the upper rectus coming forward. This more targets your lower core. What everyone has the issue with, like the mommy pouch, everyone says. That's what this is targeting. Your lower abs, your pelvic floor, and it also engages this. So when you're curling your shoulders up off of the mat, that's what engages that upper rectus. So you're still going to get this, but crunches are not
good.
Yeah, it's not going to get you abs.
I agree. All right.
Does it affect if we use a band while doing this exercise? You could absolutely use a band. I'm not sure where you'd like to use the band. You could use them on your hands, you could use them on your legs to be stable, or you could just use it for some extra resistance. I have some bands that I'll bring in next time and I could show different variations.
Nice. Okay, so any other exercise that you are going to show? Number 3.
Number 3.
She's gonna do the bands with me because she's gonna train me how to do the workout.
Yes.
Okay, so now here, this is a better.
We're gonna do leg lowers. So with leg lowers, you're gonna have your knees pointed to the ceiling, starting flat on your back. Inhale to prep. Exhale, bring your legs to tabletop and extend out. You're gonna want your heels together, toes apart, creating a little slice of pizza, and you're gonna curl your spine and rolling up and down every bone to really engage those lower abs. So you're going to start off how we are on our back, knees pointed to the ceiling, hands long at your sides. Inhale to prep, exhale, curl your tail off the mat, bone by bone, extend up until you're on your shoulder blades. You could press your legs out, and you're going to roll back down, articulating bone by bone on the spine. Till you come back down to the mat. Inhale, prep, curl your tailbone up, all the way up to your shoulder blades. Press out, and then you're gonna come down bone by bone. So this is the pelvic lift. Inhale, prep, curl your tail, come all the way up to your shoulder blades, and then slowly lower back down. So that's gonna be a pelvic lift. You wanna work on relaxing the pelvic floor, really engaging your muscles. You'll also feel some glutes. How can I avoid tailbone pain while doing this exercise? I also experience lower back pain while doing this. Rose, is this while you are doing the pelvic lift or where you're doing the leg lowers? If you're experiencing any type of tailbone pain or pain in your back while doing this, you have to really work on engaging your core. So I go back to the breath work to really focus on making that core, because when your core is really tight, nothing else moves and you won't really feel it over there. You want to make sure that your sacrum isn't experiencing any of that pain and you're resting gently. I was experiencing, okay.
Nice.
Pelvic lift, the pelvic lift. Okay, so that when you're doing the pelvic lift, when you come up, you have to make sure you're lying right. When you come up, you're gonna curl your tailbone up first. So you're curling it up here and you're curling all the way up. Then when you come back down, you curl down, you're kind of on your sacrum, not your tailbone. So a good way to figure out how to come down is you can place your hands underneath the meaty part, the flesh part of your bottom, and you move that flesh out of the way to feel your sit bones. Then you can come back down, you'll feel your sacrum. And that's what you really want to be in. So when you're lifting, you come back down to your sacrum. You shouldn't have any lower back point. Oh no, the other one. Okay, the lower lift. So with lower lifts, it might just be that you make your range of motion smaller. So you're here to 90 degrees, just bring it down a little bit and come up. Bring it down, because if you're bringing it down too low, you're gonna start to feel your hip flexors, you'll feel your back, your lower back, your tailbone. So your core has to be really tight. So if you're feeling any pain in your back, just make the motion smaller. Just like this, little motion, you're still working the same muscles. You're keeping your heels together, squeezing them. This way it engages right here. And if you go too far down and you feel yourself here and it's not good, then just come back up. And you might not feel it as much on your back. The one where you lift your legs. Okay, yeah, that was the one I think I did. Let me know, try it and let me know if that helps at all. That help? Okay, good.
All
I'm glad that helped.
right. Okay. How many exercises has
We
it
did
been? 5. Guys, so this was 5 exercises. My goal is to have like a total of 10 exercises that she does as number 1, number
did
2,
4.
number 3, number 4, and the breath work.
Yeah, a breath work.
With the breath work 5, so the start is like number 1 is the breath work. We should keep it as the step 1
That
is the
is
breath
step
work.
one always, yeah.
Then number 2, number 3. So you did like
Yeah.
5, and we should have a protocol of 10 because I think, or we can do like 5 in the morning and 5 in the evening and stuff
I
like
think
that.
5, 2, 3 times a week is perfect. You
It's
don't
very
need
good.
10
Oh,
exercises.
really?
You don't need 10 exercises. You could start with you could start with
Suddenly
5.
it became doable.
You start with 5, and your breath work you do in the morning and at night every other day. I would suggest 2-3 times a week to start. You don't need more than 5 exercises.
We have a date, darling.
Yeah.
We have a date.
Yeah, you don't need.
We have a
overload
date
your ass.
on Sunday, and I'm going to do these exercises, and I'll let you know if I can stand and walk afterwards. So now I'm going to actually have you sit in your favorite chair
Judging me on
because we're going to now do her toxin. So, if you've not seen me inject in your life before, which is hardly possible because I've been doing it for like a very, very long time. So this is the time. So I am now going to place this here. There you go, right in front of my door. And then let me prepare the shots for her and I'll be right back. And in the meantime, if you have questions, how much should we spend on breathing and how much?
Spend on the
Okay, how much time?
Great
Okay.
questions, Rose.
Great questions, and please throw her as many pelvic rehab questions as possible. But while I spend, because you have like the last few minutes,
Yes.
because she'll be done like fast and she has to go pick her kid, so she's on a time crunch. But we can
But
keep
not a
staying
real crunch.
alive.
We don't do crunches.
No, we don't do
do
crunch.
crunches.
No, we don't do. There is no such thing as crunch. Crunch is in our head.
Let me see. Okay, so for the breath work, you want to be doing about 30 reps of the breath in the morning and at night. So it's 30 reps and 30 at night. And then the exercises, you want to aim for about 10 to 12 reps. And you want to do that 4 times. So it'll be 10, 10, 10, 10, plus 4 sets of each exercise. And the breath work is just 30 seconds. Does anyone else have any questions, whether pelvic floor related, Pilates related, exercise related?
I have a question.
Yes.
Does this help with urinary incontinence?
This helps so much with urinary incontinence. So if you have a tight pelvic floor, you are going to have leakage sometimes when you cough or you sneeze, even a lax pelvic floor. So it depends on which muscles are tight, which muscles are lax. And there are lots of things that you could do to retrain your pelvic floor and help with incontinence. So I work with a lot of postpartum women, and I have my certificate for postpartum and pregnancy corrective exercise.
Nice.
So, well, I'll be getting it soon, but I'm almost there. But I worked on that as well, and there's transition exercises that we do. For example, jumping jacks. A lot of women can't do jumping jacks or running after they have a baby because not everything is ready for them. And a lot of doctors will jump you right back into your whatever exercise you were doing before, and it's just not accurate. And a lot of women complain about leaking, urinary incontinence. So there's different things you can do to re-prep them for jumping jacks. You do different core exercises, smaller movements that helps them get back into the jumping jacks to really hold their bladder. They lean forward when they're doing them to help. And there's lots of things you could do to build that back up so you're not leaking when you do jumping jacks or laughing or coughing or, which is something that you don't need to have a baby to have urinary incontinence. You could do, I used to pee when I laughed too hard sometimes. It happens to
I
all
pee
of
when
us.
I am too busy and can't get into the bathroom. Just kidding. I pee when it is not very convenient, or it can be very embarrassing, but it happens. Okay, so now we're ready for the I think pelvic floor specialists are rare.
It's
A
true.
regular GYN doesn't tell
They
you.
don't tell you.
100% Rose, yeah.
I'd like to say, Rose, that, and no hate to my doctors. I love my doctors. I'm in the medical
They're too
field
busy.
myself.
They're too busy.
Not only that, they are taught about pelvic and pelvic floor physical therapy.
No, we're not. I wasn't like that
You weren't?
part. I am a doctor.
I know you're a
and,
doctor.
You know, the thing is
You weren't taught
that
about
no, but they don't. You know, this is something that we just send over to a rehab, like an exercise person.
Yeah.
A PT, physical therapy
well,
person,
no,
rather than
that's-
ourselves.
But my issue is not that, of course. So as a physician, you don't know you know about the pelvic floor.
Yeah.
You know that if you're having dysfunction, you could send someone for it. My issue is OBs do not tell you about it. They're not telling you about pelvic floor physical therapy.
Oh.
And part of the reason I don't want to get into it now, but it's because pelvic floor physical therapy is not covered by insurance.
Yeah, insurance doesn't cover shit.
Yeah.
Excusez-moi.
Yeah, and it's a real issue, and because
Yeah.
no one's benefiting from it,
Yeah.
it's not really spoken about for referrals. There are some good OBs that will tell you, but I hope one day to just be able to educate all of the professionals on appropriate referrals and helping people. These are things that the doctors are telling you. My friend's doctor and two of my other friends told me this. They were talking about painful penetration with sex. Do you know what the doctors have told them?
What?
Drink a little wine to relax first.
Also, they're basically targeting to see if you are in a state of anxiety. Because anxiety can cause you to crunch your muscles and be in pain.
But that's
However,
dismissive after having
Yeah,
a baby.
yeah,
and
exactly.
Talking about problems for
Oh,
you to
yeah.
say drink wine.
yeah. Chillax a little.
You need to just calm down.
Just calm the shit down. Okay, just kidding. Okay, so now, last but not the least, there is some shots of awe. And you guys will be able to see what she looks like because I have her video and she might be able to share when she comes next what a very tiny dose of toxin can do for you. So now, listen, when you want to preserve yourself when you ain't broke. Broke, not in the other sense, not in the financial sense, but broke
Like,
in
don't
the
fix it if it
skin.
ain't broke. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, broke,
fix
but still
it,
fix
yeah.
it a little.
Fix it while you're not broken. Keep it intact while you're not broken. And that's where she is. She's like, because remember, we'll all be there because today is the youngest you'll ever be.
Depressing.
Listen, it is. But what's more depressing is the fact when you can't do anything about it. Okay, scrunch your nose. Yes.
Leave it scrunched.
Yeah, just 1 second because I want to make sure I don't too much. And then that's it. And I'm going to put last but not the least in her.
Chinny chin chin.
I'll prevent her chin cellulite to ever take place. That's it. Erase your eyebrows one more time and let me introduce also more talks than the last one. So this was it. This is like baby Botox. It was almost 20 units that I gave her. And she is, can I say your age?
Yeah.
Yes, she's 30.
I'm 33.
There you go. So I am giving her like a very tiny
And a half.
dose. 33 and a half.
33 and a half.
However, she looks better now than what she looked earlier in her 20s. And when you guys are going to meet her 10 years from now, she'll look just like this. And you'll be like, what the F? And you'll look at yourself and then you'll look at her and you'll be like, what the F?
No, you
and
won't, because you'll go to Dr. Giovanni, so you won't have to. You say, look at us. Look at
only
us. We look
if,
so
but
young.
this is so you can also be like her, and that it can only happen if you go to somebody like me in your town, because I'm sure that not everyone can reach me, right? So not everybody can come to New York and get this done. right now, a lot of people are doing this in your town. So you can find somebody and start doing it. Now, you cannot do anti-aging medications when you're pregnant or nursing. So just know that you cannot. And also, if you're sick, you do not do any Botox. These are just all procedures that you do when you're well. These are health and wellness. Health and wellness of your future will be also known as anti-aging. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. I hope the stuff that I'm bringing to you brings value and adds value to your life. And please look forward to my favorite pelvic pro, and she's also going to actually come and teach me, because I just can't do it myself because I'm just so not motivated. But when somebody is there, I feel like, okay, that's, I need that hand holding all the time, just because I'm not used to exercising that much. However, if you guys need her information is the Pelvic Pro
on TikTok
and Instagram, and you can go find her. This is Nicole, and hire her and get your shit together. We want to see a before and after from 10 years ago and now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to find one. I'm gonna have to get a picture.
We'll get.
I had like a deep wrinkle here. I had really deep smile lines, and
if you look at the stuff, she basically just held it together for herself, because she had, and you came to me before you even got married.
No, it was right after I got
Right after you got
dumb.
married.
All my wedding pictures, I have like this crease here, but
Should send me my wedding picture.
oh yeah.
Yes. Okay, guys. Bye.